I'll do a brief introduction, and then we can all talk about just randomly talk about our experiences of dreams. So yeah, basically I'll start from now, if that's okay.
Yep. Go for it.
Sean's podcast.
Yeah. Okay, so hey everyone, this is a podcast with Sean, Fergus, Emma, and Dimitri. These are my friends that I met in university several years ago. Basically, I wanted to create a podcast so that I could explore people's feelings about different topics, and yeah, it's just fun to talk about and explore these different meanings and feelings and perspectives. So yeah, so today's topic, the first topic we're going to have is dreams, and what dreams we've had and what we think they mean. So yeah, should we just introduce ourselves just so people know who they are? So Fergus, say hello, or hey.
Hiya.
Hey.
That's Dimitri. And Emma, say hello.
Hi.
Great, cool. So yeah, we can riff off about our kind of experiences of dreams. I will just say a little bit about dream theory first. I'm not an expert, but I have read a little bit about dream theory in the past, and that's why I'm interested in it. Is that the famous Sigmund Freud believed that dreams were longings of the unconscious mind. So essentially, we dream, and it's kind of like things that we're not thoughts that aren't appearing on the surface, and that we kind of the wants and desires that we have that we're not really willing to admit or we don't know about, but they come alive essentially when we sleep. So with that in mind, we can speak about the the different dreams that we've had. Yeah, who'd like to go first?
Wait, so wouldn't that mean nightmares though?
Yeah, because I'm
That means
like,
you want the nightmares. I don't.
No, not necessarily. No, nightmares. Actually, no.
Is that different to dreaming?
No. So, sorry, not just longings. It can be fears as well. So you would call a nightmare a fear, obviously. For example, if you had a presentation the next day, and you dreamt that you're standing in front of everyone, you turned, or your clothes fell off, for example. That's kind of an anxiety dream.
Anything you have
kind of
strong emotions about, I guess.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Positive.
Exactly, that's right. And sometimes though, the interesting thing for me is that sometimes I've had dreams of things I'm not really aware that I'm thinking about, or aware that I'm worried about, and that's the interesting part of it for me. It's kind of like a different aspect to your mind that you have to try and unlock, and that's why it'll be interesting to talk about the dreams we've had and see if we can unpick them a little bit.
Here's a quick question there before we start.
Yeah, sure.
Do animals dream as well, or is it just humans? Do you know?
Yeah.
well, have you ever seen a dog lay there and
they're
go
twitching.
"Rrr, rrr, rrr," and it's chasing a rabbit?
They dream of like eating stuff. And
I would
chasing
say they
stuff.
So it's not just limited to humans, and you don't think?
Well, actually, I didn't. Before you said about dogs, you have a good point there, actually, because my dog in the past has actually, laid down and started whining and stuff, and when you wake him up, he's a little bit shocked, as if, it's a different thing.
Having a bad dream.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I was going to say no. Dreaming belongs to people like beings with consciousness. I didn't believe that. Well, dogs have consciousness, of course, but not conscious thought. Yeah. So it is interesting actually that dogs do dream. I haven't actually considered that before. So again, that's a different perspective that I haven't really thought of. So yeah. So Fergus, did you know much about that? When you said, "Oh yeah, dogs dream," have you kind of heard about that before?
Well, I just like you said, I just witnessed it. Like my cat yesterday was, his whiskers were twitching around, his paws were twitching around. He's obviously like dreaming about eating some nice cat food or something.
Or a rusted burger.
Yeah, if he's feeling really greedy,
I googled it. It says there were some scientific evidence that animals do dream, but it's not known for sure.
No googling on the podcast. No, just kidding.
He could be like the tech guy in the background, like that guy on Joe Rogan that kind of gets up images for us.
Jamie.
Oh, we might as well find out facts if we don't know what they are.
Jamie,
he tells them to be quiet. He's like, Jamie, shh. It's like, when he's too excited, shut up.
Yeah.
See, I never really thought about my dreams before this, but when you said about it the other day, I started remembering all the dreams I've been having.
Oh,
so
nice.
obviously, well, not like I don't remember them that well now, but I just, it clocked in my head that I was having a dream like every night pretty much. It's just that I didn't wasn't sort of keeping track of it, so I just kept forgetting that I was dreaming.
Yeah, that's true. Memory does.
Because before I didn't realise I was actually dreaming. I thought I wasn't didn't have any, but it's just the fact that I wasn't actually taking note of it, sort of thing.
Yeah, they say to write it down as soon as you wake up so you don't forget. I think that's what you've done, isn't it, Fergus?
If they're not too complicated to explain, because sometimes in a dream you're in like one place, but you're also in another place, and it doesn't make any sense. Like
Yeah.
the same thing can be two
I
different
think
things.
all dreams do that to some extent.
Yeah.
You'll
It's like
chop around different
like
memories.
I might be in. It might look like I'm in Stroud, but I'm like actually I'm in London.
Or like the
Yeah,
person
sure.
that you are changes, or people you're with change.
Yeah. Or like you'll
But
walk
it's
somewhere
the
and you'll
same
appear somewhere
situation.
else. Yeah.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's about kind of I haven't had it to that extent, but yeah, it's about kind of, I guess, trying to unpick that mystery and understand what it was we were feeling at the time. I mean, sometimes I've had dreams which related to what I've watched the previous evening. So I'll dream of a certain thing that's related to the TV show, and then I can wake up in the morning and think, oh yeah, that's probably why that happened. It wasn't really to do with what I'm thinking about. It's just what I've been absorbing and watching and stuff. So some are simple, but the other, the ones I want to not necessarily just focus on these, but it's interesting to focus on ones where literally I've got very little clue about why that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that one about Doc, because I had not been watching Doc for ages, but I just randomly had a dream about him.
Who's that?
It's like Dr. Disrespect, the streamer.
Oh yeah, sure. You said about in the
Yeah, because I wasn't really following him. It's just like, I don't know, it just popped into my dreams for some reason. Very, very odd dream. It didn't really wasn't about anything in my life, or because then I had a dream the following couple of nights somewhere about work, which is obviously influenced by what was going on at work.
Yeah, sure. But didn't you say in the Doctor Disrespect dream, didn't you say that he gave you some style advice and said like wear this cap or something?
Yeah.
Man up.
That's probably wasn't actually to do with him though, right? Because
Exactly.
like
It's all
Doc
to do
doesn't
with
wear
you.
caps. That's more about me wanting to wear a cap, probably.
Yeah, or thinking like, oh, what will people think of this? Or I need some kind of
Well, I took a photo.
credibility.
I actually
What,
took a
like a
photo, didn't I? And I thought it looked pretty cool. So obviously,
Like a baseball cap.
Yeah. Next day, Dick gets his cap.
Oh.
Wearing a cap backwards, a flat peak cap backwards. Don't know why.
Maybe like
That's the 90s, man.
that's pretty cool.
90s never gets out of
Fresh-
style, does it?
Fresh Prince.
Yeah, Fresh Prince style.
But no, I was thinking like when I read your description of that dream, I was thinking maybe you wanted to wear a cap, or maybe you wanted to change your style, and you're thinking like I don't know, subconsciously maybe you thought I need some kind of credibility from someone. Someone needs to tell me that this is okay, and maybe someone you respected, ironically called Dr. Disrespect, kind of, said to you, this is okay, Dim. Yeah, this is okay, Dim.
Somebody in the spotlight who knows what's what.
Yeah,
needed to tell me that it's okay.
Yeah, and again, that's just my interpretation of it from reading a few sentences, so it might not be right, but it's interesting to think of it that way, I think.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Say, Fergus, you've had a few interesting dreams, haven't you?
Yeah, let me just
you can-
get my list out here.
He's prepared, I like it.
Do we want to go with nightmares or?
Yeah, either, to be honest, but it is getting dark, but yeah, you can...
Oh, yeah, you don't want to scare Sean. He doesn't like those idle characters
I don't
that
actually
just look at you.
remember. I don't remember that many nightmares. Just one. It wasn't really a nightmare, but it was just really annoying. Like sometimes when your head gets stuck doing something on repeat and it just doesn't stop when you're like half asleep. And I was just running around an empty Counter-Strike map in the game
okay.
just for like 8 hours straight, and I was like, stop. It was just really annoying me. Yeah, I was just running around in circles and there was no one there. My head just wouldn't get out of my head.
Maybe like because you play that every evening or most evenings.
Too many
don't you?
video games before bed.
Yeah,
That's
it's like maybe it's saying to yourself, or maybe something inside you saying maybe I need to take a break or something.
Yeah, or play more. Or maybe I'm not good enough. I need to play more.
Yeah, I'm not good enough. Yeah.
Get practicing.
How you two took that in two
But why is
different
the map
ways.
empty? Is it like you're looking for someone
To play.
to attack, or
Yeah.
you're
It's like
just running around mindlessly, kind of not
Yeah,
can't
that's
escape?
Yeah. Well, it's both, I guess. I don't know.
Mindlessly, that's it. That's a good word, isn't it? It's like
Mindlessness.
aimlessly, yeah,
Mindlessness. Sorry. You did.
yeah, mindlessnessly.
there we go.
Yeah, no, it's that. But yeah, I think perhaps it's like I'm running around an empty map here, and what's the point? Maybe that's how I would interpret it. But obviously, it's just.
What am I doing?
This game's
Why
a
am I
waste
doing
of
this all
time.
every day?
No. I don't think I wouldn't say go as far as it's a waste of time, but it's just I think maybe I'm just saying maybe that's what you were thinking at that
Yeah.
time, or maybe you were kind of feeling like I need to step up and be better, so I can join the ranks of these other guys,
Yeah.
But then again, you're in the top 1%. Did you say?
Oh no, more like 10%.
10%, wasn't it?
10%. Well, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, I have a lot of dreams about Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
I think I've had about 3.
Mm.
Obviously, a band that I admire very much, especially for the lyrical content. It's quite deep stuff. No, so I had one where I was getting chased by Fred Durst at a concert, and he was like rapping. It kept rapping in my face, getting all up in my grill, and I kept trying to hide amongst the crowd, like moving around. He kept following me. And that went on for a while.
That is scary.
Then there was one where I think I was watching a TV show, and this TV show was Limp Bizkit, but they were in like the Wild West.
Sure.
But they were vampires, apparently. But they could only bite other vampires though. For some reason.
Were you watching vampire TV shows or something?
Or Wild West?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But
That is
yeah,
interesting,
I just remember that. All I remember is like this dimly lit like shack, you know, like the sort of wooden shack in the Wild West, and they're all wearing cowboy outfits, like sat around this table.
Yeah.
There's like John
Were you
Otto
playing
on the
like
drums.
Red Dead or something?
No, unless I was watching YouTube videos of it, that's possible.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that sounds like that game.
Good thinking, actually.
There we go. Just unpicked another one.
We're making progress here.
Yeah.
Or
But
did
yeah,
you see some kind of video or meme?
Mm.
But yeah, they called the show. The show was called Golden Cobra Part 2. And Golden Cobra is one of their albums.
Ah, okay.
So I'm not really sure what it's got to do with the. Yeah.
So did you interact with them, or did you just see them?
No, so I wasn't in the show. I was just watching. It's like I was watching TV.
Ah, okay.
And
Like a house.
I don't know. I can't remember where I was, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was another
you
one
must
that
like
was
Fred
interesting.
Durst. Basically.
Yeah, he's
Or
a
maybe
legend.
maybe fancy him secretly.
I mean, I
Why is he
say,
shouting
like,
at you there? Like
he
getting
is
in your
like
face
your
and
man
stuff?
crush.
What would that mean?
I wouldn't
do
say
you think?
never. Well, that's just what he
That's
does.
more of a nightmare, that one.
That's just what he does, though, isn't it? He's in all his videos. He's like getting really aggressive and rapping, getting up in the camera's face. So,
Were you actually listening to them before that dream, or was it just?
I'm always listening to them.
Yeah, sure.
So chances are, yeah.
Say I say well, it's hard to obviously we can go for the kind of the blatant on those ones. Obviously you like Limp Bizkit, you listen to them, and maybe perhaps you were watching a TV show or saw something on YouTube, but it's hard to kind of know exactly what those dreams mean. I guess there are a lot of interpretations for those ones. Based on what you just said.
Maybe I felt like if I met Fred Durst, he wouldn't like me. He'd think I'm not cool enough.
Well, that's another strand, isn't it?
Nah,
You don't feel like you're good enough.
He would think.
I
I'm
mean,
cool.
that's
So
probably not.
that's like
He'd love me. I'm joking. He'd love me.
Yeah, he definitely would. See, how about you, Emma? Has there been any dreams that you can kind of recall over time that kind of stick out for you?
I don't really remember dreams, but there was.
It's like I
Actually-
said
Sorry.
before.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Although you started remembering them, didn't you? After we talked
After
about
I was
it.
like more like looking out for them.
I've
Yeah,
got a
but I
couple of them. Yeah.
I did have one dream which I actually wasn't sure if it was a dream or actually happened. So I
Oh,
can't.
really? Wow.
So I was a bit like, what? So it was just all I remember from the dream is that my phone rang and I was getting a video call. And I picked up and it was all the directors of the company
Oh,
that I
wow.
work for. And they fired me.
Well, hopefully that didn't
Basically.
happen.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hopefully that didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen because manager 2 days later rang me. So
Oh, okay, great. Well, that's good.
it definitely didn't happen. It was just weird
Felt like
dream of yeah.
Yeah, I've had several dreams like that, especially when I was a kid. Like, I don't know. I think there's like, when you're at school and there's like a kid who shows up and he's there for like a few weeks,
Yeah, sure.
Like I remember like being at primary school and like my dream was like he came back and I was like, oh, where's he gone? Like like I forgot. I thought it was real. Like I was like, he's gone again.
Oh, I see.
I dreamed
yeah,
that he came back to the school.
No, well, yeah, it's strange. Well, I guess people have their own circumstances, but you always had in school and high school people who were there for like a month and they went. I don't know. We were there for like 5 years. It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, people must dream a lot about their, surroundings, what they're doing, work,
Well, actually,
things
yeah,
like that, hobbies.
I had a weird one the other day. I about 2 weeks ago, I dreamt that I snoozed my alarm in real life, and went back to sleep again, and I dreamt that basically I put my hand out, it reversed on itself, and then it told me to like effing get up. And, like, stuck
Well,
two
your
fingers.
hand spoke to you.
Well, no. It's
Give him
like
the middle finger.
I kind of like put two fingers up at myself with my own hand, and then it kind of like in my mind it said like I said, effing get up. And then the alarm was ringing again, so it's kind of like I was giving myself more reinforcement to get up. So. Which is really weird. It's weird on two counts.
You're swearing.
So you're swearing at yourself because you don't normally swear, do you?
That's it. That's the thing. That's weird on two
So
counts.
deep down, then
Your
you
dreams
must
you can
really
get away
want
with
to
it.
swear.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure, but
Rebelling.
Letting the Kramer out.
Creamer.
No, I mean, that's what I think.
Creamer.
Actually, for people who, hopefully there'll be people who haven't met us before that will listen to this. I'm not sure, but if you don't know me, it's weird because I don't swear in real life, so it is weird that I would resort to those measures to get myself up. But it worked. That's the one thing I can say about it. But yeah, I think actually a really weird dream that I had, which I literally have no idea what it means. So basically, so I was one of my best friends from home. There was this really long kind of alley or tunnel, but it didn't have like a roof. It just but it was kind of cordoned off. There's like walls on either side, but you could see the sky, and it led to Sainsbury's, and I was, for some reason, like I didn't steal anything from the shop, but when I walked through the alarm it went off, and I thought, oh man, they're gonna think I stole something, so I just ran, and when I was running, my friend from home was chasing me, and I honestly don't know, and that for me, as you know with me, that the scariest thing I can think of apart from being stared at is being chased. Like, I was literally, oh man, I was terrified when I woke up from that. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh man, like this is very bad, But I guess maybe that relates to a fear of being seen as like a thief, if that makes sense, or being seen as a bad person. I'm not sure. Yeah. Like,
it's having your friends see you as someone.
Well, not even that. The security guard was chasing me as well. But like it's just the sense of like, actually in the dream I was actually innocent. But I didn't stick around to say it because they ran after me instantly. So I just thought I'd get out of here.
They pegged you as guilty.
Yeah, but actually the weird thing is, like when I woke up, literally I was running down this kind of like tunnel-like structure, and then my friend, I don't know, he appeared in front of me. Like that's the weird thing. He was running after me, but then he appeared in front of me. So I suddenly woke up. And it was like, man, I hate being chased. Like, it's just a scary thing. But yeah, so it's another kind of it's another interesting take on.
So that was involving one of your friends then, that one.
Yeah, I think I definitely didn't speak to him the night before. I remember that, but I might have spoken to him a few days earlier. So maybe he was on my mind a little bit. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was a.
I suppose that kind of relates to that dream. Do you remember that dream I had about you? When I don't know why you slept over once, didn't you?
Oh, like so the dream that kind of turned into real life. This one.
Yeah. It's kind of freaky. It is basically what happened is I was dreaming about you. I think you were some kind of like, obviously it's a long time ago, but you were like a green goblin with like yellow eyes, like a bit like the goblin off the Spider-Man. Yeah. And it freaked me out. I woke up. I think you were like chasing me as well. You were like chasing me for some reason.
Oh man.
And I woke up, and then when I looked, you were like sleeping, like you had a mattress on the floor, I think. So you were sleeping like on the floor, right? And I was like looking off my bed, I could sort of see down to the floor where you were sleeping on the mattress. Yeah. And I remember you were sitting up when I woke up from the dream, and you were sitting up in the dark, like all I could see is a silhouette of you sitting up in your bed.
Man.
on your on your mattress.
That is
And
scary.
I was
that
like,
is
"You're
scary.
right, you're right, Sean." I was like, "Fucking hell, what's he doing?" And then you're like, "Yeah, sorry." And then you just lay back down again, and went to sleep.
Yeah, that is that is scary. That is.
You're like, it's like you're staring at me, making me have the dream or
Oh
something.
man, that is. Yeah.
You're like beaming it into me.
All right, that's the end of the podcast. No, that
Don't
is
look out
scary.
your window.
So
Yeah.
why did I have that dream?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I think I do remember that time.
Why
because-
are you like a bad guy in my dream
Well,
chasing
that's the
me?
thing. That is the interesting. That's the interesting point because I remember specifically we definitely didn't watch Spider-Man or any movies like that before we went to bed. We watched I think Ghost in the Shell 2, but that wasn't anything to do with like goblins or anything like that. But the only thing I can think of, the only explanation I've got of this is perhaps you were sort of like half awake and you saw my eyes like glistening in the dark, and then it kind of led to that. But that's the only thing I can think of, to be honest. If I was brave enough to explore the other possibility, it'd be that I was actually into your dream somehow, but that would be really weird. So think about that, yeah.
Freddy Krueger.
Nah, I think probably what it was something along the lines is I wasn't like certain that having you there because obviously you never like slept over before, so I was probably
Oh,
like
maybe. Yeah,
more
yeah.
like like this is not like a normal thing to have you here. So yeah,
Yeah,
probably just
yeah.
honestly
Oh.
having you there.
So maybe it's something like the kind of the threat of having someone else in your room kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, not threat, but you know what I mean. Like someone else is
You're
there.
not a threat to me. I
No,
can take
pretty
you.
good.
I can
It
take you.
was
Wow.
kind of freaky though when I woke up and you were just sat there looking at me.
Were you able to get back to sleep? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do.
Can't be
show
that
it.
bad then.
I don't know.
I-
Like I was just surprised that you were actually like awake. I think that's probably
Yeah.
what freaked me out the most because I was
I
like,
know.
you weren't obviously awake. You were obviously like sort of sleep, not walking, but
Yeah,
you were just sat up, not really conscious. I don't think.
yeah.
And then you were like, yeah, sorry, and then just lay back
Oh,
down. So it's
man.
kind of creepy because it's almost like you're saying sorry that you were in
In
my
the dream.
like yeah making me dream
Oh,
about that.
Sorry for chasing you.
That is bad.
Sorry for being a goblin with yellow eyes.
Yeah, you reminded me actually of a really scary experience I had when I was younger. In that my sister sleepwalked like into my room, but like it's that blank expression she had in her face like when she walked in, if that makes sense. Like I was only like probably like 10, she was like I don't know 8 or something, but yeah, she walked into my room and I just like tapped her on the shoulder and was like, oh, you awake kind of thing. And it's just, oh man, it's scary to have someone who's not really
Did
like
she not
conscious.
reply?
Never wake a sleepwalker.
Not initially, but yeah, she did. Then no, actually, sorry, that was it. I tapped her and then she walked back to her bed and went to bed.
Didn't
yeah.
say anything.
No, kind of like mumbled, but yeah, she didn't wake up. But yeah, no, that is
Yeah.
that is
I've seen
pretty-
sleepwalkers before. It is weird, man. It is weird.
Yeah, I should have
it's
filmed this
freaky.
in the morning, I think.
I do a lot of sleep talking.
I remember a dude, right? That we went. It was real late. It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We got back from like a gig or something.
Yeah.
We were dropping someone off back at their house,
Oh,
and he
no,
had to
yeah, I
walk
remember that.
across the garden. And his next door neighbour was just standing there in his dressing gown in the pitch black dark,
Oh,
just
man.
looking across the gardens with like a
Yeah.
blank face.
I remember
It's
you
so
told me
weird.
that. Yeah, that is like, literally like if I saw that, I'd be.
He didn't go in either, but when we drove off, he was still there. It was just the lights of the car, like as we pulled up, sort of like shone him. And then
Shone-
as soon
yeah,
as we
shone,
drove
yeah.
off, he was just back in the pitch black again.
Yeah.
So weird.
Remind me if we do a podcast about like Halloween or scary things, to do that in the morning.
Yeah, you gotta go to bed in a minute. Sean.
I'm by myself here, aren't I? Yes. Yeah. But
It's
no,
gonna be like
actually,
a part 2 of dreams, what Sean had after the podcast.
yeah. I mean, I don't even dare speak out that dream that Marcus told us about.
Ah,
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll save that for the Halloween
Oh,
one.
yeah,
but-
that's freaky.
Yeah, but we can tell you that offline, Emma. But or rather online, but out of the podcast. But yeah.
I think
But
you
yeah.
should. I think you should describe it now. Otherwise, that's good content. That is.
That is true. I
Skipping out
suppose,
on that.
yeah. Well, I suppose our hundreds of fans who want to come back for part 2 if we leave it, I suppose. But
Get
no,
Marcus
I
on.
think. Oh man.
Just go over it briefly what it was.
No,
'cause it was,
I will.
It was
I
pretty
will. I
creepy.
mean, we were basically we were in a pub on the night before Halloween, and I just said to everyone, please just describe your scariest moment or a scary thing that's happened to you in your life. And Marcus had this way about him, which when he talked, it kind of sometimes seemed a bit scary. Anyway, you know, to be honest. And like and he was like really kind of quiet when he was saying it as well. He was just saying like, what was it? I had this dream. It was like static on the TV, but he felt he felt this presence behind him and like a screaming. Oh, and he couldn't turn his head round.
Oh yeah, he was looking sideways.
And then when he woke up, was there static on the TV as well? I don't know if that was a second.
Oh, might have been.
Yeah.
That is, man.
Wasn't there someone screaming in his face or something? Or...
Yeah, screaming behind him, but he couldn't turn his head.
Yeah, he couldn't look at it.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean he.
Spine chilling.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, how he told it as well was just. I don't even do it justice like that. It was like 10 times as scary how he told it, but yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was creepy, man.
I
got one thing to ask you guys because I'll just briefly go over what a dream I had like ages ago when I was a little kid. It was more of a feeling than anything. It was like patterns and a feeling, which is really weird. It's almost like I was stuck in like another universe where I was just like floating like in the air, and it was just all dark and murky.
No way.
And it was a weird feeling, like almost like to do with my back or my feet or something. It was like weird, just like a weird feeling that wasn't actually a normal sort of sensation you'd have in your own body.
So do you?
And then I had that like that dream over and over and over and over and over again.
Oh wow!
For a long time, but I haven't had it obviously for the past like 10 years. But when I was a kid, I remember I used to have it over and over and over. So I was just wondering if you guys had any like repeating dreams like that.
Well, so you get like a weird feeling in your like body, sort of thing.
And then you
I can't explain what it was because it wasn't like a natural feeling, like not like a normal sense that we would have.
I know exactly what you mean.
So you saw shapes and stuff.
Yeah, like weird shapes, like murky shapes, and
like do you know what I say when I say like a kaleidoscope? Is it like that?
Almost like I was out of my body, kind of thing.
That is weird.
Yeah, I've had.
It was a repeating dream. I must have had it hundreds of times. Well, maybe not hundreds, but
I have something similar, but it's not just like. But it's like not. It's not when I'm asleep. It's like when I'm lying in bed. I used to get it all the time when I was a little kid. Like, I'd get like the same thing. I would get this like part of a dream, whatever, repeating over and over again, and it was like. It's almost like I felt like I was moving really fast.
Man.
Yeah.
Like
sensation.
Like G-force almost. And then you like get up and walk around and you like shake your head like, oh, what the fuck, and then you lie back down and sometimes it comes back and it's like, oh.
So when you say you get back up, do you mean in real life or?
Yeah, like you're awake but you're still feeling like.
Sounds like you're drunk or something. Like lying in bed.
No, it's like I don't know how to describe it. I had it a lot when I was a kid.
It must, yeah.
And then only recently.
No, mine was actually completely a dream. It was like it wasn't in. I'd like wake up and then I'd feel fine kind of thing, yeah. But it's just.
But then a couple of nights ago, I got it again after I hadn't had it for like 15 years or something.
Man.
Oh, weird.
And it's like,
well, I mean,
it's a really strange feeling. I can't really
Maybe it's the wax in your ears or something blocking your ears that making you feel dizzy.
It's almost like a mental thing, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, like a weird sense that you wouldn't normally have.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's not really science, but they say that that like the feeling of deja vu. They say that's kind of like because if there are multiple universes and multiple copies of us, it's like experiencing something that another person from the other universe has felt. That makes sense. So I'm wondering if it's not even based on science, so I shouldn't really say it. But like in terms of these repeating dreams, it's something that's kind of like connecting to something else. I'm not sure, but it's not really
it's nice to think about.
I'm reading a lot about.
Logically, obviously, it doesn't really make sense. It'd be more of a spiritual.
Well,
actually, if you guys believe in that,
you say that though, but again, it's not completely.
I guess it could be logical if it was sort of proven to some degree.
I mean, it's not the same thing, but I've been reading a lot about.
Or if you think it could be proven, should I say?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I've been reading a lot about. I'm not even had like a drop in the ocean, but I've been reading a lot about quantum physics, and that basically one particle on one side of the universe affects what another particle does. They're kind of like paired, if that makes sense. So if things can interact with each other over those distances, it's kind of like, I don't know, it seems to me like there's a lot more going on than we're aware of, if that makes sense, at the quantum level. But yeah, it's not really related to dreams, so I won't really bring it into it. But it's interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of an experience like that. But the only experience I had a dream 2 nights in a row, and me and my sister were trying to escape from high school, and basically they barricaded up. There was like a war going on, and the guy who I went to school with lived a few doors down from me, and he was like one of the leaders of the battle, but he was on our team and he was trying to help us get out. He was actually a soldier, well, not a soldier, but he was in like the RAF in real life and stuff. But as he got older, but yeah, I had that dream twice in a row, just where we kind of were stuck in like me and my sister trying to get out of school. But the weird thing is that I love school. You know, I'd never had any problems with it. So I don't know. I don't understand. You know what that was, but yeah, it's
maybe
really...
maybe obviously it was a different situation you were sort of dreaming about, like, you know, maybe you're trying to escape something else, but for some reason you were stuck in the school setting. So you...
Yeah, maybe. Although it doesn't. Well, again, I can't really explain why my sister was there with me either. But I don't know. But yeah,
because don't forget, like, dreams can all merge into one thing. So you could have been thinking about your sister when you went to bed or something, or worried about her or something, and then she ended up being in a dream.
Sorry,
yeah,
what?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
That doesn't sound good, does it?
No, it really doesn't.
Cut.
Like, I mean, it's probably a completely innocent thing, but it's just the way you put it.
Yeah.
It was
That's
just...
all right. Leave it in. It's okay.
Let's keep it raw.
You know what I'm saying, man? Like, dreams, stuff can merge together, right? So
you were saying I was worried about my sister when I went to bed. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, it's just
wink.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's an example. Like, it could have been something like that. Like,
no, of course, yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah,
like if you worry about something, so a lot of dreams happen because you're worried about something, right? So
well, yeah, yes and no. Worried or longing for something, so it could be what you dream about, what you want as well.
Okay, in
so
that
perhaps
case...
you know, like if you're having a dream, could you be worried about something? The environment could be influenced by something else, like more.
Of course, yeah.
I'm what I'm saying, and they just merge into one thing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we still don't fully understand the human mind, human brain. So it's like, you know, we can interpret this, and it's probably a lot more. There's a lot more that I haven't, you know, read about, but yeah, it's very interesting to, you know, to consider it. And I think there are all manner of influences based on why we dream. It could be like I don't know, it could be even the food we ate that day. You know, it might be something that messes with us a little bit. But yeah, I guess there's. Do you remember that? Well,
Bars of cheese with the.
Yeah. No one got the joke. It was really annoying, but yeah. Too much cheese before bed. Yeah, but yeah, this is just private jokes. I probably shouldn't say it on a public kind of podcast.
Yeah, it's not professional, is it?
No.
But,
yeah, but yeah, no, I'd say it's.
So, Fergus and Emma, then let's hear some more from you guys.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear more about. I mean, so I know that you said you don't really dream, Emma, but do you have like a?
Okay, this isn't my
dream.
Idea
about it. Yeah, sure.
This isn't my dream, but my boyfriend has a lot of dreams about me dying. So is that a desire for me to die, or?
Well, you can interpret it as that, but I think more of a worry, perhaps. Like.
No, I don't know about that.
How do you die?
Just trying to be put positive.
Normally, very.
Is it him killing you, or is it?
That would be a worry, actually. Yeah.
No, it's normally like an intruder.
Okay.
It's normally like
into the home.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I don't remember.
Has he been burgled before?
He should be protecting you with a baseball bat, protecting the home.
No, but he has lived in rough areas before, so that might be it. But it's always like he finds like blood or something, and then it kind of leads to, I don't know, me mangled on the floor.
man, that is quite scary, though, to be honest, for him.
So he's just worried about losing you, perhaps.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, maybe just wants to kill me.
No,
maybe lockdown's had enough.
Oh yeah. Well, I think Dim's got the right idea here. You know, I think it is.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think, you know, with what based on what you said, if he's worried, if he's waking up and he's kind of like, these aren't dreams that he wants, obviously it must be a worry.
Like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Unless he's like dreaming about, like, you know, let's walk around the corner. I think she's dead. Yes.
Finally.
And he wakes up and you're lying next to him. He's like, oh,
I knew I should have cashed in that insurance claim.
Yeah, if he says that these exact words that Fergus just said, then probably that is probably a bad sign. Yeah. But no, I think he's a good guy, so I don't think there's any problems there.
What about you, Fergie? You got anything else for us? Other than Fred Durst?
There's a time, which I felt was sort of quite in character of my cousin, when me and my cousin were in Stroud, and we went to get the bus, and there was no room on the bus for me. So my cousin kicked a couple of old people off the bus, and then hijacked it. And he drove it straight to his house and didn't let any of the old people off the bus, and they all just sat stranded on the bus parked outside his house, and we just left them there. Which I think, if he could have done, he would have. Like, if he could have got away with it, I think it's something he would do.
Is this
Wait, is this your dream?
Alex?
Sorry.
This is my dream, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex, yeah.
He's incriminated now.
It's
So
his
maybe
nature.
he's a criminal or something. As well.
Yeah, well, if you dreamed it, that is weird. I don't know if it's like maybe you were frustrated that you weren't able to get, I don't know, there wasn't enough space or the right seat on the bus. Maybe, I'm not sure. But
That's one of my more realistic dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's like I said, many dreams I think are different things that merge into one. So you know, it might not really mean anything specifically.
But also, I do talk in my sleep a lot. Like, me and my brother
Yeah.
used to share a room, and we used to like have little arguments with each other while we were asleep. So like, I would sort of wake up mid-sentence after me and Max would be like, "Oh, you dick! Shut the fuck up, you twat!" And I wake up, like, "Oh, I was just swearing."
How
at
do you
Max."
know?
Because
Does it record
I don't know. It's like I'm waking up as I'm saying it, sort of thing.
On another note, have you seen that app that records, like, it's an app
Oh,
and
that sounds-
it runs in your sleep and it
Yeah.
records what you
Yeah,
Oh,
my
that sounds
sleep,
scary.
My brother
then
does
there's
that.
like-
My brother does that.
and then there's like a top rated, and people can rate how funny it is.
It's always the
Oh,
farts,
no.
isn't it? Like the farts.
Yeah,
are
I think there's the
top-rated
fart one where he like it's like a proper like long-winded fart,
one
and he
go,
just
"Oh,
wakes up and and then he's like, oh, "Who is that?"
ones.
I think that'd be so scary though, because imagine like if someone woke up and they said, like, they literally woke up and they were like, you know, the code to the door is 237 or something, and then they went back to sleep or something. That'd be so creepy. Like, it'd be like, oh man. Yeah, no, I couldn't listen to that.
Yeah, I
He
talk in
started
my sleep,
spouting
and
off
then
some sort of demonic.
Sally also
Oh my god!
Sally
That'd be
also
pretty
does
freaky.
some weird stuff in her sleep sometimes. Like, sometimes she'll just like roll over and like stare at me with her eyes open and just like start giggling.
Oh man.
And I just don't say anything. I just turn away, like, what the
What?
fuck? Like, she'll just giggle and then roll back over, and I'll be like, oh,
What's
terrifying.
she doing?
One time she sat upright and went, "What's that? What's that?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "There's something walking along the top of the TV, and it's pitch black. You can't see anything." I was like, "No, there isn't." She's like, "Oh, well, I thought there was."
Oh,
Went straight
man.
back to sleep. Creepy.
Oh.
Weirdo, mate.
See, I'd be interested tomorrow morning, like what each of us dream about now. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'd say I need to watch something like
I'll probably be up
Nice.
all night gaming, to be fair, so I'll
Something
be
like-
right.
yeah.
You won't be sleeping.
But yeah, I think I think that's probably a good point to
Yeah.
call it a day.
Good creepy place
but-
to end it.
Yeah. But no, it's been really good to, you know, explore that a little bit. As I said, you know, none of us are kind of experts in this field. We just, for me, it's just interesting to kind of hear about different people's opinions and their experiences and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know how regular this will be, but hopefully, whoever's listening, you know, likes it, and you know, I enjoyed it, so I'd love to keep doing it, you know, over time.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Cool, and maybe we'll even have a name and a jingle at some point.
And don't forget to come to Pepe's Chicken and Rice in Cheltenham.
That
was
our
just a word.
sponsor.
Yeah, brief word from our sponsor there, but
Yeah, we've sort of
Well,
edited in the audio.
yeah, that's awesome.
Perfect.
So, I think they might have closed down now because of coronavirus, but
Aww.
Pepe's Chicken and Rice, don't forget about them.
Is Chicken Inn still open?
I hate to break this to you, but I have no idea. I have no idea.